Next month, incumbent and GOP nominee John Merrill facing a challenge from Democratic nominee Heather Milam. We'll start with the incumbent. The federal government recently gave Alabama more than $6 million to help secure our elections. So I asked about where that money would be spent.
I mean, when you talk about specifics, one of the things that we want to do is to protect the integrity and the credibility of the process. But that could mean purchasing electronic poll books. It could mean upgrading the election system, upgrading the election equipment, making sure that our voter registration equipment is where it needs to be, and that the files and that the network that's in place has all the security mechanisms that need to be there.
I asked Secretary Merrill if he wants more federal help with securing the election process, and he told me he is open to additional assistance from public and private partners when it's available. In terms of what more needs to be done,
well, the main thing that we need to do is to continue to have strong partnerships with our public and private partners, because they introduce new things to us, not just technology and not just equipment to be purchased, but new ideas and concepts about things we need to be focused on, things that they are seeing in other states, things that we have seen in other states that we want to talk to them about how they're being implemented and what we can do in the state of Alabama.
His opponent, Heather Milam, says she's open to asking the federal government for more financial assistance to protect our state's voter systems from hackers. She says that money from the federal government should go towards securing Alabama's voter files.
This is something that we must take very seriously. It is an attack on our democracy. And so whatever help that we can get from the federal government, we need to look at and take into consideration and use effectively. But it also takes working with local governments. We are working with 67 different counties here in the state of Alabama, and we need all of them working diligently and educated on the process, and also understanding how to use the technology that we have implemented in recent years.
I also asked her if after that more than $6 million is spent, does more still need to be done to protect our election systems?
I think that is a very complicated question, because there's going to be information that I'll only know once I get into office. And so I want to be prepared and open-minded about it. I want to be fully ready for the complications that that currently face our state and might continue to face our state, because what we know is that we are continuing to be attacked. For lack of better words, we really are, and it's something that has not slowed down. They're doing it through multiple digital channels, and it will be incumbent on me as the Secretary of State to make sure that I'm doing everything that I possibly can as a leader in that organization, the arbiter of the election systems, to make sure we are securing not only the election systems themselves, but making sure that the integrity of every vote is secure.
Lots more to get to with both candidates for Secretary of State, including what they have to say about early voting and better protecting online services. You can see that part of my conversation on WVTM13.com or the WVTM 13 app.